Well, good morning, all empathic, sensitive souls. How are you on this wonderful Monday, the week of Christmas? Is it just 22nd already? Oh my goodness. I don't know where time is flying, but it sure is flying. Last week we drew that magic prayer card, and it was speak your prayer, listen for the answer, act in faith. And faith is really prevalent this week of Christmas. How did that card work for you last week? I found that I had a hard time actively listening. I can act in faith, but it's the listening part that gets me. And this morning I drew a card listening. I can't write this stuff. This stuff just happens. An open heart will hear the message. Because I struggle so much with the active listening, because I can't, even when I meditate, to shut my brain down to actively listen, to ask my prayer, to actively listen, and to actively act in faith, it's a struggle. So this week is the listening card. Do you hear what I hear? That wonderful old song for Christmas. You're reminded there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment for a deeper message that's not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. You'll find clarity. The listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding of your circumstances. So actively listen. Hear the music being sung by even the smallest little bird on top of the giant elephant's head. So this card is asking us to not just hear somebody speak and respond, but to really listen in to what is being said and the nuances of what is not being said. And then we'll have our answer. We can act in faith, right? And it is so hard to listen because our minds are whirling 100 miles a minute. For me, it is, I have to remember what I was going to say, and I forget. And I have a really bad tendency to interrupt people when they're explaining something because I don't want to forget. And taking notes, half the time I can't read my handwriting because I'm writing so fast because I don't want to forget. And I think that, excuse me, frog in my throat. And for me, it's the I don't want to forget part that I miss parts of the conversation because I'm trying to remember and remember and remember and remember so I don't forget. I do that with my boss all the time. It's like, okay, slow down. What was that now? Say that again. What was that? And he hates repeating himself. But I can only remember the first and the last. The middle stuff, I lose it because I'm actively trying to remember. So if I can slow my brain down and just listen. And talking to coworkers, it's really a struggle because I can't slow my brain down enough to actively listen. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And I'm working on it. Every day, I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to figure out ways to find a way to remember. And with attention deficit, my brain is boing, 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 boing. And one thought leads to another thought leads to another thought. And next thing you know, I'm down this rabbit hole that has nothing to do with the original thought. But it circles back around. I catch myself doing that all the time. It's whatever rabbit hole I'm going down, somehow it gives me the answers that I need for the response. It may take me a while, because sometimes it does. And a lot of times people will ask me, they need an immediate response, and it's like, I got to think on this. I got to think on this and work this way through. Go down the rabbit hole. But it's amazing the information that I can come up with. And I have found that I'll have a question about something, whether it's guidance in my life, and I'll, you know, get my cards out and I'll do a card reading. And there'll be a word or a sentence and I'll have to research it. I'll Google it. I'll ask friends and family about it. What does this mean to you? What do you think this means? And it is whatever I need to hear or learn about at that moment, that time in my life that, oh, I need guidance. And because I'm curious about a word, it brings other clarity or new clarity or just clarity to my asking. So actively listen, actively, the magic prayer was to ask and sit and listen for the answer and act in faith. And this week it's a listening card. Do you hear what I hear? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? Do you comprehend what I'm talking about, what's coming out of my mouth? And that's a hard one for a lot of people, because most people don't listen to understand, they listen to reply. I hope that helps. Actively listen. Listen with an open heart. Don't prejudge. And I'm notorious for prejudging myself against somebody else. And I'm trying to stop doing that, but it's so hard. And it's not that I'm trying to make myself better. I'm just trying to understand myself against their situation. And a lot of times it's like, oh, well, I can understand because this is what happened to me. And I'm not trying to one up anyone, just to show that, yes, excuse me again, I understand what you're feeling and going through because I had a similar experience. And it's just part of being an empath that we have a tendency to do that kind of stuff. So this week, a Merry Christmas week, actively listening. I will hop on hopefully Wednesday morning. I should still be in town Wednesday morning, and then I'll be back on Friday because I have to work on Friday. So I hope you all have a fantastic beginning of your week. Actively listen. Keep that thought in your mind. Listen with an open heart, and you'll hear the message. And sometimes talking to random people that you normally don't talk to, you get a snippet of information that you may need for a question that you may have that you don't really know until you sit and think and, oh, that makes sense, because it's some odd statement or odd word that'll catch your thought process, and away we go. Have a great beginning of your week, everyone. Merry Christmas. I will hopefully talk to you on Wednesday. If not, it will definitely be Friday. Bye for now, everyone.